Not every preschool workbook is busy work, and in today's video, I'm sharing with you some examples of excellent ones. Hey friend, preschool workbooks and workbooks in general get a really bad rap, especially in certain educational communities. But today's video, I hope, will prove to you that there are some excellent workbooks out there and that workbooks are not a waste of time. I'm going to show you our favorite workbooks that we have used for preschool and that I have bought to reuse in the future with our younger children. And then also just explain to you why we love them so much and how we get use out of them. So hi friend, I'm Sarah if you're new to my channel, and I make videos all about homeschooling and bilingual homeschooling specifically because our family is multicultural and we are from Brazil and America and we live overseas outside of those two countries. So if any of that interests you, make sure that you subscribe and leave comments below to introduce yourself. I love connecting with you guys. I have found so many new friends through this channel and I am so happy that you're here with me today. Our favorite workbooks are from two educational companies whose names will not be surprising to you. They are Kumon and Scholastic. But there are particular workbooks from those companies that we really enjoy. The first from Scholastic is their series of Get Ready for Pre-K Jumbo Workbook and Pre-K Jumbo Workbook. We also have their kindergarten workbook, but since this is a video about preschool, I'm not including that in this video. These are really fun books. They're super colorful. They have stickers, tons and tons of stickers. Almost every single page has at least one sticker. Some have multiple. And you have all kinds of things from mazes to tracing letters and numbers to matching quantities to tracing different shapes to sorting and organizing, as well as differentiating different types of objects, finding groups within a set of images. There are so many different educational activities in here. Some of the activities are similar to the other workbooks that I'll show you in a bit, but there isn't a lot of overlap. The activities are as dissimilar as we need them to be, that we don't feel like we're actually doing the same work again and again. And again, these are not busy work. My boys really enjoy doing these. And one reason that I really appreciate these books is because of the development of using a pencil and pencil control, or crayon control since we use crayons for this. And that at this age is a really big step in education, in ability to control finer movements with your fingers. And so these give a ton of practice with that, not only with the writing, but also with the stickers, with peeling the stickers, with placing the stickers. And because there are stickers, my boys enjoy these books so much. It's like a little reward that they get after they've finished their page, and they actually beg me to do their sticker books. They will try to do several pages at a time, and we have to limit ourselves to 1 or 2 pages. I also enjoy how many different categories of educational activities there are in these books. Like I mentioned before, there is a lot of mazes and logical things, as well as a lot of tracing and learning the sounds of, well, you have to do the sounds of letters yourself, it's a workbook, but like learning the letters, their shapes, their formation, and there are arrows to guide you through how to form those letters. So we actually haven't used a formal handwriting program. We've actually just been using the tracing worksheets in these books. On to the second set of workbooks. This name will not surprise you either if you are familiar with preschool and also with educational enrichment. Kumon. Kumon workbooks are amazing, and I did not realize how amazing they were until we actually started using them with our boys. In the past, I had peeked inside of these workbooks and I thought, they're so simple. How is this going to be worth the money, even though they're pretty cheap? And I was very pleasantly surprised when my boys actually started doing these workbooks. I found that there are lots of logical activities or logical processes behind these activities, and they're amazing. So some things that we have tried so far from this company include their series of, for ages 2 and up, of things like coloring, which is not just a coloring book, it's actually learning to color inside of a shape or inside of lines, following directions with coloring, which actually is a lot harder than I expected for some children, and I didn't remember how hard it was for me to learn to color inside of lines. So that's a great activity. Folding, and there are multiple ones that they have for folding, and also unexpectedly more difficult than I would have anticipated. Not that the workbook is difficult, but just the skill of folding is difficult and actually takes quite a bit of work. And so I think these are actually very valuable for developing fine motor skills. Cutting paper, another great fine motor skill, as well as sticking and pasting. So there are lots of different types of Kumon workbooks. These ones are extremely highly consumable, I would say, because you're cutting, you're pasting. There's nothing left once you're done with these workbooks. You don't really have papers left inside that you can show later on for work done or anything like that. They're very consumable, and we tend to just do the workbook page, and then if they want to show it off or keep it for a while and play with it, they can. But I just, after the lesson's done, if there's no sign that they want to keep it, I just throw it in the trash. So we don't have this big pile up of papers. This is how we have used these in our homeschool preschool. We have taken about one page from each type of book each day, and because there are multiple volumes of each skill, we have been able to use these for about a few months at a time, because we don't use them every single day. Some days we will skip them, or some days we use a few of them. But I think they last long enough that they are definitely worth the money that I paid for them. I will link all of these workbooks in the description box below so that they're easy for you to find. The other Kumon books that we love are these ones, and these are examples of what I thought before were really sparse workbooks, that they didn't have much inside of them, and I thought, like, what are the kids doing? There's one activity per page, and there's not a lot going on here, but actually they're really powerful. So one of the first things in this logic workbook is recognizing the similarities between different figures that you're given. So for example, there is a half of a banana and you have to find the whole from a list of given objects, or an apple half, and you have to discern what it is. You're not told what it is. You have to discern what it is and then find the picture that gives you the whole. That is actually a really good logic exercise. There are also other exercises with matching the parents of animals to the baby animals and other really more familiar logic type of activities. We have a creativity one where you're tracing different lines, finishing pictures, thinking outside of the box, which is really fun. And then of course differentiation, so you're looking at similarities and differences. And then another one is spatial reasoning. Developing fine motor skills and logical reasoning skills is a lot more of an intentional process than I would have anticipated. And so I've really appreciated these workbooks because they have highlighted for me the different skills that my kids need to learn in preschool, but also because they're not busy work. Like I said, they actually are very enjoyable, and they have a point to them. They're doing something more than just keeping their hands busy. They're actually developing skills within their minds and within their bodies that they will be able to use in the future. And that is why I think that workbooks, at least some workbooks, are not waste of time. They don't have to be a waste of time, at least. There are some workbooks out there that I would never purchase, but these are some examples of ones that I would buy over and over again and that I highly recommend to you. If you have other recommendations for workbooks, please let me know in the comments below. I love finding new resources, and on this channel, I try to share with you everything that I have found helpful, things that I would not recommend that you try, and just in general, lots and lots of preschool stuff. If you want to find another video all about preschool, then check out this one right here, and I will see you there. Love you guys. Ciao.